Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's only me again, and you've probably guessed it, but we're out doing some more metal detecting today. So today is a Sunday, as always. It seems to be my day of choice now of the week to go out. It's a lovely July summer's day, although it is quite grey. Hopefully the rain's going to stay off this time, although I have got some nice trees in here to dive under, just in case it does start to rain. So today I'm in an old permission of mine. I have been in this permission once before, although only for about an hour or so. When I was in the field, it was probably about 2 to 3 years ago, and I was really lucky to find a lovely sestertius coin, and it was the best condition sestertius coin that I've ever found, and it's probably one of the better conditions that I've ever seen online of that type as well. So it was really good, and it was only a couple of inches below the ground, so I was really chuffed because this field has got a lot of natural rock formations in there, so it's very lumpy and bumpy, which actually means that the finds can't actually sort of bury themselves deep underground, which is great for metal detecting because it means that we can get the discrimination up and not have to penetrate so deep, so we can pick up all the lovely targets, and hopefully we're going to get some today. So that's enough talking. I've got a really long day ahead of me. Hopefully I'm going to be able to film absolutely everything that comes out of the ground just for you guys to watch, as always. I think this is going to be a nice exciting video, guys. This field is a promising permission, and as I said, every time I've come in here or even the fields next door, I've had hammered coins, Roman coins, and lots of interesting little bits. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe as always. It's a completely free one button, just hit it, and it just means that you get notified every time I upload a video. If you like the video and you want me to come back here, hit a thumbs up as well, and there's a little bell icon as well on my page header, and if you want to get notified as to every time I actually upload a video, just hit the bell. Again, it's completely free, and it will just pop you a little message just to say that there's a new video from me online ready for you to watch. That's enough talking. I'll see you on the first hole. Okay, so I've been in the field for a couple of minutes, put my bag down just over there, not too far away at all, and I had my very first signal. I dug it out, and at first I thought it was this huge rock here, but it wasn't. It turned out to be this small rock here. Now it's a bit odd because I'm not sure this is actually a rock at all. The consistency and the fabric of the rock doesn't look right, and it looks to me like it's actually some type of very crude pot, but I've never really seen a pot like it before. But it really does look like a pot, likely to be a very old style pot. I mean, there's a good possibility this bit of pot, or whatever it is, could actually be Roman or something like that, because it's got this huge chunk of lead cast inside of the pot, and I've never really seen that before, but it most certainly would have been used for something. So whether this was like a huge cooking pot or a cooking dish or something, then yeah, I'm not really too sure, but obviously the lead was what gave me a signal, and yeah, and that's what it is. So I don't think it was glazed or anything at any point, but a very interesting find nonetheless. Going to keep hold of that. I'm actually going to show that to the local finds liaison officer, and hopefully they could probably date that, because as I say, I think it is quite old, and there's a good chance it may even be older than Roman itself. So definitely a cool find for the first find. But let's crack on. We've got a lot of field to do, and hopefully we get some more good bits. Guys, you're not going to believe this. I have been in this field for what, 5 minutes. You saw the first target that I dug, and I'm just walking along. I still have my bag on really. I hadn't really sort of put my stuff down to actually set up for the day yet. had this banging signal down here by the hedgerow, and it's a lovely hammered coin. Can you believe it? Looks like a nice medieval hammer coin. Let's go in, have a closer look. Okay guys, so that is literally as it is. I dug the hole, peeled the top out, and as I pulled out the plug, I saw that wonderful shiny thing just literally sitting there, what, 2 inches below the surface of the ground. So let's have a look. It does look like a long cross. I've had some really interesting long cross pennies from around this site before. Some of them have been Richard III, some of them have been Henry's, and yeah, I think this is going to be another really interesting coin, guys. Let's see if I can just get my camera to focus here a minute, but oh my days, look at that. So it's a long cross penny. It's got the 3 pellets in each quadrant. It's actually got a sort of quarter foil design in the centre of the cross there. So this is very, very likely to be 14th century. It's slap bang in the middle of the medieval period, absolutely for sure. I've never ever found one like this before, and it's a little bit bent, so it'll be a nice coin for me to straighten out, like I've showed some of you in one of my previous videos on how to straighten hammered coins. So let's have a look at the back, guys. This is going to be the first time I've seen the back, so we are literally going to see it together. Here we go. Oh wow, look at that. That's incredible. That is such a lovely hammered coin. Look at that portrait there. I'm pretty sure that's going to say Edward. But I'm not really 100% sure what Edward it is at the moment. It's considering this, you know, has been in literally 2 inches of ground for the 700 years it's been lost. This little silver medieval penny, although slightly bent, is in incredible condition. I mean, look at the head. Look at the portrait of the king. You can see the curls on his hair, his facial features, his crown. I mean, once this coin is cleaned up and just sort of straightened a little bit, this is going to be an absolute prize in my collection. What a fantastic little coin. 5 minutes in this new field, and we've already found 2 really interesting things. Oh, so chuffed. So chuffed, guys. So that's the coin. I'm going to find out a bit more about it, and when I do, I'm going to stick it on the video for you so you guys know what it is. But yeah, a really cool, interesting hammered coin. I think today is going to be absolutely wicked, so stay tuned, because 5 minutes and we're finding stuff like this. Yes, that's exactly what we want. So chuffed. Okay, so we've actually just had another little coin, but it's not a hammered coin or anything like that, so don't get too excited. Just a crusty old coin. It's very crusty, very worn, and the patina is just completely gone, but we're not going to get anything from it. It's just a crusty coin. But so far in this field we've had possibly a really old piece of like pot with lead embedded in it. A medieval coin and a crusty coin. The first 3 signals, been here for about 10 minutes. I think today's going to be pretty good. Okay, so there's quite a little interesting target there actually, guys. It's coming in at around sort of 63 to 67. Likely to be a shotgun cap, I reckon, this one. So let's hedge your bets, we'll dig it out and see what we've got. And there we go guys, exactly what I thought it would be. It's an old style copper shotgun cap. They're the things that, the sort of shiny things that go on the end of the shotgun shells. And of course when they go out hunting they just leave them on the ground or they throw them in the hedge, and then Muggins here comes along years later and picks them up and puts them in the bin for them. Okay, so it wouldn't be a day out metal detecting until you find a lovely pewter button, and I've just had one now. So yep, here it is. It's a pewter button with actually the shank intact on the back. So yeah, it's a sad day when you've got to comment on a shank on the back of a pewter button, but you know, we haven't been here that long and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more finds. But lo and behold, another pewter button. Let's hope we get something a little bit better. Okay guys, so had a really cool little button. Now it's got a really nice star shape relief on the front of it, and the back here is hollow, but it's very possibly like quite an old sort of service button, so possibly from like a military tunic or something like that. But it obviously would have been very, very shiny at one point, but obviously now all the gilding and the patina is removed from it, and all you can really see is the copper alloy just poking out of the sides. It's in pretty bad condition. I'd say this is like a little tomback button, but yeah, it's probably got a bit of age to it. This one, I'd say it was about 200 years old, but there we are, a nice little little button. Okay guys, so it's probably a good time for me to share another one of my little tips with you. So if you're in a relatively open field like this and you need to do, I don't know, a toilet stop in the hedge just to water the plants, or you need to go and get something from your bag, or you've left your spade all the way down the other end of the field and then you come back to where you think you were detecting and you forget which way up and down the field you were going, just like I did a minute ago, there's a really, really good way to try and prevent that from happening. So basically what I do is I use my detector, and whenever I put my detector down in the field, I just make sure that I always lie it in the direction that I was travelling. So basically if I'm going along with my detector, I'll stop, lie the detector down on the floor like that, or if I've got my spade with me, then obviously I'll put the spade in the ground and then rest the detector up onto the spade like that. And if I forget which way in the field I was walking up and down, because it's easily done guys, I'm sure there's a few of you out there that have definitely done that. If you spend hours and hours just walking up and down this field, you can forget which way you were walking, and obviously that can kind of mess up your line a little bit because you don't want to go over the same ground twice. So if you do this, then you'll always be able to come back and know exactly which way up or down the field you were walking, and that's simply because you left your detector just with the coil facing the direction that you're going. So if you get in a habit of doing that, then if you have a moment like I just had, then you're going to be able to just instantly pick up where you left off and know which way you were going, and then you should hopefully you know, not go over the same ground twice, and obviously use that time to hopefully find some goodies. So there you go, that's my tip for the day. Well, that's a bit of a shame, guys, because just found a really old piece of tin foil. Nothing good. Looks like the sort of foil that you used to get on a packet of cigarettes or something like that from yesteryear. But oh well, it's a nice signal. Unfortunately, it was nothing good. Let's push on. Okay guys, so just had what's probably a copper alloy plate of some kind. As you can see, it's rounded at the bottom. It's quite thin on the sides. It's very easy to bend this plate, but it's definitely copper alloy because of course it's got the sort of green corrosion on the side of it there. But I have no idea what it is. My first impressions is it's probably like an inlay for something, so maybe this went inside of a material bag or something like that, just to give it a little bit more, to make it a bit more rigid. But other than that, I'm not really too sure, so if anybody can help me identify this copper plate, that would be great. But yeah, who knows. But there we go, still a nice find. Let's crack on, see what else comes out. Okay, just had another coin, guys, and it's a George III. Looks like a penny, and I've just give it a little bit of a rub, and I can just make out the date on the very bottom, which I think says 1805. Now, what's pretty cool about this coin is that the portrait is really good. The detail on the bust side is really good. You can make out pretty much most of the Latin inscription, and even the front, you know, the Britannia is also really good too. So most of the coins that I find in the ground from this sort of era, as you've probably seen from watching my videos, they just come out crusty, and so we're never really too sure as to how old they are. The thing that enables us to date them is generally the size and the consistency of the metal. Now, a lot of the coins I find are very much similar to this size. However, once all the sort of metal has been corroded off of the surface, the coins obviously degrade and they become a lot thinner. But this one seems to have survived quite well here, just near the hedge underneath this tree. So I've, yeah, very rarely come across a George III coin as in good condition as this one, especially from a couple of 100 years ago. And the picture of George III is absolutely great. That's George III. So he was the king that went mad, and I believe that they had to sort of shut him in a little house, which I think is situated in Kew Gardens now. They just basically had to close him in there come the end of his reign because he was just so balmy and crazy that nobody sort of listened to him. So there he is, George III, the Mad King. Nice coin under the tree. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is quite an interesting little find. It's only lead, so it's not gold or silver or anything like that, but it's a little lead square. Well, it's just square. It's just a square piece of lead. It's got no writing on it or anything like that, but it's almost perfectly square and made out of lead. So yeah, it's quite an odd little find. I've found lots of lead in my years detecting, but never a little square piece. So, you know, maybe it had some sort of use. I'm not really too sure, but I couldn't tell you what it was or what it was supposed to be doing. But there we are, just one little square piece of lead. Oh, okay, so we're now at the end of a fantastic day's metal detecting. It's about 5:30 now. Been here for about 5.5 hours, something like that. And what a great day it's been. You've had some pretty good finds. I think the best find today was obviously the silver medieval penny, but we've had some other interesting bits as well. And I've only really covered a very small part of this large field, so with all the interesting lumps and bumps that there are in this field, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more good stuff to come. So that leaves me to say thanks very much for watching my videos, guys. If you did like this one, hit the thumbs up button. And of course, if you want to see some more videos from me, then hit the subscribe button below. And that means that when I come back in here, you guys will be notified when I do a new video. Thanks very much for watching again. I'll see you all on the next video.